Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the return of NSW. Welcome to Smackdown. My name is Dave Easton. He is the commentary experience of Tim Price.
Oh yes, it is great to be here for a huge edition of Smackdown Live. And we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Let's get things underway, ladies and gentlemen. Here tonight, we're going to kick things off with the Smackdown Women's Tournament. Becky Lynch awaits the winner next week to see who will face, of course, Sasha Banks at Backlash. We kick things off with Vader versus Becca next on Smackdown.
And what a huge way to kick things off here tonight. He'll be going to meet Becky Lynch in the finals of the big women's tag tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, she is Alex Vader.
Of course, Alex Vader would love to get to the heights of holding the Smackdown Women's Championship once again. Has held it before and is no stranger, of course, to the one who's in the finals, being Becky Lynch. And of course, also the current champion, Sasha Banks. I think Alex Vader's got a lot riding into this one, but Becca is certainly going to be no pushover.
And of course, it was heartbreak for Alex Vader, of course, when she came up against Sasha Banks. She was 1 day short from equaling the SmackDown Women's title reign, of course, held by, of course, Alicia Fox, of course. But she's got to put that. She has put it behind her, really, Tim, really well. And she wins tonight. She's only one win away from meeting Sasha at Backlash.
Yes, just that one win away from beating Sasha Banks. So to get that rematch to try to get the championship back. And first she's got to get past Becca, and if she can do that to get past Becky Lynch, it's going to be two very tough matches. I mean, at the moment, it stands to 1 as well. Here comes the opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, her opponent, she is the SmackDown party girl, Becca!
Because you know that Becca's going to look to do everything in her part to make sure it's her going, of course, into the finals to meet Becky Lynch. She wants to get a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship. And Becca is certainly a superstar who's been on quite a run as of recent.
And you've got to say, Tim, for Becca, many people have said she's been there and thereabouts, and a win here, and you've got to be thinking, you're right, the confidence of this girl is going through the roof, and you might be thinking she might go into that match against Becky Lynch as a favourite next week.
Yeah, very well could be. As I said, she's been impressive recently. It's really been, making a name for herself. And then defeating, Alex Vader with former SmackDown's champion, going into the finals against Becky Lynch. You can put that as a potential favourite.
Next, of course, Becca, of course, who defeated Alexa Bliss to get to this stage, and also Vader, who defeated Bayley in the first round. So really tough opponents for both these girls coming into this. A bit of a different matchup, you would think, for Vader. You would say Becca and Bayley not the same kind of style, but you would say that Alexa Bliss and Vader do match up quite well, so that might play into Becca's hands here. She's already had that kind of opponent.
Yeah, that's a great that one. That it does play to her hands there. It does make things a little bit easier. As we see now, Becca just snapping away at the arm.
And of course, remember, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick reminder, please do like and retweet the official NSW tweet to play the Biscuit Experience at the end of tonight's show. And of course, get your bet in for each match as the night continues. As this is classic Vader here, Tim, and this is really what she brings to the table, is this brute force.
And the brute force mounting the opponent. I know what that feels like.
Look,
not the punches.
Stop, will you? We've just started. Lovely knee from the top.
Brutal in there. That is that style of Vader. It's that brutal edge she has as now. Willpower neck breaker.
Vader are now in control here. We're talking about the confidence of Becca, but as I say, Vader, when she gets on her game, she is unbeatable at times. But a quick kick out by the party girl at 1. Again, a packed house here in Milwaukee for SmackDown. As Becca dropped across the top. course, we are heading into Backlash, Tim. Next week, the week leading up to Backlash, you've got to be thinking SmackDown. These tournaments, of course, we've got the Intercontinental Tournament, the World Tournament, the Tag Team Tournament, all going to go ahead next week. All going to be a classic SmackDown next week. But tonight, it's all building up to them matches and seeing who will advance to the finals. Another important week.
Oh, definitely an important week. Yeah, all about building up towards, the big finals happening next week. As a cover hook off the leg, but no, Alex Vader with easy kick outs.
So do remember, ladies and gentlemen, starting next week, as I said, we build towards Backlash. And these two girls know that next week's SmackDown, they will face Becky Lynch, of course, the Irish last kicker who advanced in the tournament. And on main event, before we went for a break, of course, defeating Miss Money in the Bank. As Vader now coming back, watch out. And by the hair, come on.
Oh my goodness. Just grabbing the hand, smash her head into him up, but instead that's Alex Vader start down to a T. She doesn't hold back, and
Look at this now, just going to try and turn back around, maybe looking for the submission.
Yes, oh goodness, hit a scorpion crosslock. As Alex Vader has it, Becca will be forced to submit here.
Becca, nope, look at this though. Party Girl using the strength of her legs to get out of it. And now, Becca now using fists. Oh no, caught. I was just going to say using the kicks as well. Vader though coming back. And now, Vader again, is she going to try and set her up here?
It looks like it. Has her up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It's a one-wing Vader!
Oh my goodness, the one-wing Vader hits it as a cover hook off the leg.
And ladies and gentlemen, Alex Vader advances and she will meet Becky Lynch next week for a shot at Sasha Banks' SmackDown Women's title.
What a huge victory there. We now know the finals is going to be Becky Lynch and Alex Vader going at it to find out who will be facing Sasha Banks. And could we be seeing Alex Vader, get back up to the top?
Well, you've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, there is the draw, of course, the final for next week. It's Becky Lynch and Alex Vader. The winner, of course, will meet Sasha Banks at Backlash. Oh, let's have a look backstage here. My guest at this time is SmackDown J and Maz Freeway. Maz, with the tournaments coming to an end next week and Backlash coming up, people have said the tournaments have went well. Your thoughts?
Yes, they have gone well, and I think Maz Freeway would certainly agree with that. They've gone very well. More of what we've been seeing.
See what Maz... Josh, the hotline has been buzzing like always about the tournaments, and next show when we have the finals to crown the number one contenders, people have and always know SmackDown is the best brand here at.
I mean, many people think that SmackDown is the number one brand. I mean, this tournament has really shown what Maz is willing to do.
NSW and the whole of the wrestling world, we have seen some great matches, and this is just the start. We will continue to sign the best wrestlers in the world, and now, Josh, back to the hotline. People are waiting.
And back to our hotline, and just continuing to build up SmackDown. So this tournament are really, up to the game. And wow, it's on top talent.
Well, we've got two semi-finals this week in the World Tournament, of course, the World Championship Tournament. And this coming up next is going to be Simon Keller versus Daniel Cage. What an opportunity for the Cage and the man that likes to sing to take home the advantage. Who will it be the first finalist? We'll find out next.
And what a match is going to be there. Who will be going into the finals? It's, well, two people who know what it's like to be world champion.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, he is the Cage, Daniel Cage.
Of course, Daniel Cage is a former world champion, so we'd like to get to those heights again. Because, well, if he wins this matchup against Simon Keller, he gets into the finals of the number one contendership tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship. And he'll just await on who he'll be meeting.
And of course, Daniel Cage defeated Vladimir in the first round. A huge win. Many people said it. Daniel Cage's resurgence here on SmackDown Live. Simon Keller came through against Jess Oakland. Another tough match for him. But tonight, what an opportunity for Daniel Cage, for the millions
and millions
of the Cage fans. If he can get it done here tonight, he knows that he's going up there against Connor Rhodes and Thomas N next week. And of course, what a huge main event. Georgie Mack awaits at Backlash. Of course, we're going to see Georgie Mack, our world heavyweight champion, in action. We're going to team up with the Intercontinental champion later on tonight.
Match that'll be for later on tonight. But well, right now we have one hell of a matchup ahead of us.
Daniel Cage, as they say, NSW original. You know what they say, Tim? Never bet against an original. It's safe to say Daniel Cage's resurgence, after having a pretty poor few seasons, is now starting to just hit them heights once again.
Yes, certainly is. He has really, been building his career of resurgence. And if he could get into finals, it just gets him one step closer to the World Heavyweight Championship. And he'll just start looking even better for him. But say he's definitely got a tough opponent in front of him.
Well, the crowd here are definitely waiting for this. But ladies and gentlemen, his opponent being coming to the ring by Mikey E. Cornette. He is Simon Kether.
Of course, Simon Kether, former World Heavyweight Champion. So he, wants that matchup. He wants to, become World Heavyweight Champion again. The first hits to get, of course, very tough down. Cage has said, having a career resurgence. But Simon Kether wants to resurge himself towards World Championship status.
Is he coming alone?
No, I just thought about that.
Wow. Where is Mikey Cornette? Well, we've seen Mikey Cornette and Simon Kether be a team, of course, remember, Mikey Cornette is the official advocate, you could say, the tour manager for Simon Kether, but doesn't seem like he's here this week. That is a huge surprise.
Maybe he's getting some tour dates sorted out.
Well, I'm a bit shocked about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Could that play into things here?
Yeah, could do a bit. I think Mikey Cornette, in the UK they've got this thing called Download Festival coming up. Maybe he's trying to get him on that. It's, last minute, announcement.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a shock here, but here we go. We're underway. This is the first semi-final, of course, in the World Tournament. Georgie Mack awaits the winner. Of course, Georgie Mack's having his own few problems, of course, losing to Nova Mahal last time out, of course. But let's concentrate on this one, Tim. And Daniel Cage, as I was saying, after being, as I said, in NSW original, the first few seasons was... Oh, wait a minute, you cut me off here, as we have 10 of the big uns.
We're going to get 10 of the big uns. Yes, we are.
10 whole big ones means 10 for our Twitch chat, 10 points. As float over, and classic Cage with the DDT.
Beautiful with the float over DDT.
Now just stalking Simon Kether, just soccer kicks him in the stomach. Cage now looking to drive home the advantage early on here, and swing and a miss.
Big miss there, but look at this. So Kevin can't capitalise. Now Daniel Cage.
Anyone, even someone with millions
and millions
of fans, can't do a Russian leg sweep.
Certainly can.
No, but Simon Kether, of course, former World Heavyweight Champion of his own, big throw, sending Cage down to the mat. Now looking to press home the advantage himself. Big back elbow stuns Daniel Cage here. Huge shots coming in from Kether. And no big collision.
No, just a simple collision. Oh, spine buster!
And all of a sudden, completely changing the outlook. And Cage stalking Kether here.
Yeah, maybe figure that Cage bottom.
But no! Look at this, both men colliding. And a huge clothesline from Kether takes down the People's Champion.
My goodness, a huge close-up, but can't keep the momentum going. Can't keep himself in string together.
And a big clothesline again, this time by Daniel Cage. And Cage once again, like most of this match, back in control here. Now, down to the cover. He's not going to win off that, surely. No, just a one.
Just a one. Casso still got plenty of gas in the tank. And just takes a nasty elbow right to the skull.
A shot again, right across the arm. Heather in a lot of trouble. Well, was in a lot of trouble, but huge shot knocking Cage down. But Cage again just got too much in the tank early on here for Simon Heather. Heather just doesn't seem to have an answer for the People's Champion.
It certainly doesn't seem to have an answers. So he just can't seem to string together offense was Daniel Cage is able to build up on, great offense. Belly to Cage.
Nobody wins off that.
Of course not.
Now, oh, but wait a minute! Are we going to see the most electrifying move in all of NSW? The People's Elbow, or the Cage Elbow, whichever way you want to call it.
It's a big elbow there, and a cover hook off the leg.
And Daniel Cage advances in the tournament.
Oh my God, Daniel Cage is going to the finals. He is one step closer to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship.
A huge win for Daniel Cage. He becomes the first finalist in the World Tournament, and you have to think, maybe, just maybe, the favourite going into that final next week.
Yeah, but Posse looking to be the favourite going into the final next week. I say, his career resurgence continues to flow. We'll see, could he be the next number one contender?
A huge win for Daniel Cage here tonight at Smackdown, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the first finalist, Daniel Cage. He'll meet the winner of Connor Rhodes and Thomas End later on tonight. Stay tuned for that. Wait a minute, Kimberly Blight, SmackDown's Miss Money in the Bank. Eve, we have been looked on SmackDown for far too long, and that is why we need to do this going forward. We have to look after each other's backs, and we will rule the women's division for a very, very long time.
Well, what is this about? This is interesting.
You know what, Kimberly? You're right. I am sick of not getting anything on SmackDown and watching others get everything. It is time we teach them all a lesson on what we're about. Time to show we are fearless.
Well, it looks like we're seeing Kimmy Blight and Eve Sparks decide to form a team now. This is interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, SmackDown is a part of 4 shows that NSW comes your way. Raw, main event, SmackDown Live and NXT. NXT tomorrow night, hopefully with no hitches. Keep an eye out on our Twitter, of course, which is NSW_Fed. If you miss any shows, it's all on YouTube, and you can see all the shows on there. Unless we get copyrighted for David Otunga.
Damn you, Otunga!
Coming up next, it's the Women's Champion in non-title action as Sasha Banks takes on Alexa Bliss. Who's going to come out on top on this one? We'll find out next on SmackDown Live.
And this is quite an opportunity for Alexa Bliss to, despite she lost in the early guards of the women's title tournament, to show that down the line maybe she still does deserve a shot.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, she is fighting for the Fury, Alexa Bliss.
A huge match for Alexa Bliss, and a huge match up to make a statement if she could defeat the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. I mean, also have a lot of things going for Alexa Bliss.
What do you make of this whole Kimberly Blight Eve Sparks thing there? It seems that we do seem to be having a new women's they're going to look after each other's backs. Of course, Kimberly Blight still has that SmackDown Women's Money in the Bank.
Yes, so it does. It's very interesting about their viewpoints of feeling they're overlooked by management and that they need to stick together. And you say, it could be a very dangerous time, though, for the rest of the women on SmackDown.
Got that right. Absolutely. But, you know what?
Oh, no, please.
Tim! It's
no.
boss time!
Oh.
It's the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks!
I never should have come back after those 2 weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the SmackDown Women's Champion, the boss, it is Sasha Banks. And well, she's been watching the tournament very closely, of course. She has to turn her mind to Alexa Bliss here tonight.
Yes, it does. Cannot lose focus. Just because there's a tournament going on, Sasha Banks has to, keep focused on the opponent in front of her being Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss could easily take advantage of a distracted Sasha Banks.
Well, Sasha Banks, of course, demands respect in that ring. But can Alexa Bliss put a dent into the SmackDown Women's Champion's confidence here tonight?
And certainly be lucky to do that. It's not going to be easy though, as we get this matchup underway. See which of these two women is going to score the big victory.
Well, Tim, tell us your take on the women's champion Sasha Banks.
And so Sasha Banks has been very impressive, you know. She showed why she is women's champion, the success that she is, and that's why I think she could get the big victory against Alexa Bliss. She won't get distracted by this tournament. But yeah, she's definitely keeping a close eye. 'Cause, you know, as a smart champion, she'll, you know, get any kind of, well, tactics on who she could be facing.
Well, as I say, Alexa Bliss disappointingly went out of the tournament, looking to get some confidence back here. But Sasha Banks, the boss, in control early on here. But no, wait a minute, Bliss coming back, and a nice sit-out jaw jacket.
Goodness. Now, oh no, if Alexa Bliss had planned, could have worked in a big clothesline by Sasha Banks.
And now, wait a minute here, Sasha Banks with a handful of hair.
Oh my god.
Taking it to Alexa Bliss here, and Sasha Banks knows how to get down and dirty if she needs to here. Might need to try and match Alexa Bliss, and now looking for the straight jacket with the the knee right into the back here. Alexa Bliss doesn't want to be in this for too long.
Well, certainly doesn't, and manages to escape that vicious hold that Sasha Banks had locked in.
Just a stomp right across, and now look at this, talking about the dirtiness of Alexa Bliss coming into play here. But again, Sasha Banks just too quick here.
It's just much too quick there, just the faster of the two in that exchange. And now, oh no, Alexa Bliss see it coming in, an elbow to jaw, but can't keep the, you know, the momentum going.
Both girls showing that they know the other one so well with a number of reversals here. Sasha Banks, once again, oh look at that court! Bliss! Come on, ref, count for goodness sake!
God, I mean, even if the referee did get down a little quicker, it wouldn't have been over. You gotta fit those some experience as a mini qualification.
Oh, you don't need to call it that anymore.
Okay.
I've been told we management are sick of it. Just call it whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I'll think of something.
Oh, look at this. Look at Sasha Bangs, your twisting neck breaker. Apparently it's disrespectful to the Saudi Arabians.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Bang, rope! Sexy pin!
Oh, come on.
And misses it with a knee there.
Cock tease.
And now, big running bulldog by Alexa Bliss. Well, she doesn't care about anyone apart from herself yet.
I thought about something, but we're going into the details.
Yeah.
About what we saw. No, don't worry. It's about Blight and Sparks.
Oh, well, let's forget about that. There's a nice deep arm drag by
I didn't leak them.
Sasha Banks.
Not me.
Look, we know what happened this week. We can't talk about that. We've already been threatened once to be taken off the air.
Jeez. Oh, God.
Oh,
no. Yeah,
look at
let's
this.
focus on this.
As DDT on the hardest part of the ring.
But yeah, you two stand up.
Yeah, come on, stand up. There you go.
Fine.
Nice blue shirt, blue suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you ever wash that?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I do have 20 of these, remember?
Of course, yes. Another arm drag by Alexa Bliss. 10 count to play with on the outside. Shot into the midsection by Sasha Banks, who was quick to get back inside the ring. It was only on a 3 count. And Alexa Bliss takes full advantage here.
It could be a huge mistake by Sasha Banks there. Now Alexa Bliss could carry on the momentum.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, DDT!
It's the big DDT. And she's put away opponents with that before.
Cover, hook of the leg on the women's champion. Oh, no, she got a 2 and a bit. The hand was coming down for 3, but not on this occasion. Bliss to the top.
And she figured out some twisted Bliss now.
Looking for the twisted... No! Big girl! I love Alexa Bliss.
Super duper big girl.
Oh, I love Alexa Bliss so much. 250 to everyone in the chat, by the way, on Twitch. But my God. Oh, Alexa Bliss has just become my favourite superstar on SmackDown.
Oh my goodness, so what else hits a big girl?
Of course.
Boy.
But look at this. Cover.
Very arrogant cover here.
And a 2 count only. My God. I love Alexa Bliss.
Oh, and have some insult to injury. And Sasha Banks is in real trouble here.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss showing form that has made her champion before. But look at Sasha Banks, though, making Alexa Bliss with reversal again. Bliss with the big suplex.
A lovely suplex. And these two could constantly back and forth each other, show great counters to each other.
Oh, this time! Bankrupt! Sexy pig! Oh, for goodness sake!
Tease.
No, that's how she won the women's championship, if you remember. And now, looking for the bank statement. That's it. And again, as always, foot under the rope, doesn't make any difference. Going for the pin. Referee taking forever to get down. And that has saved Alexa Bliss surely in this contest.
Yeah, you got to think had to have saved her there. And now Sasha Banks, she starts to get frustrated here.
My goodness me. Banks' big clotheslines. And then the drop kick connects beautifully. And Bliss knows to get out of there. And I think Sasha Banks a little bit frustrated that Bliss got to the outside. And now, not on the...
Oh, God, that's what she looks to do. Is frustrate opponents, just anger them and get in their heads till they start making mistakes and slipping up.
I'll tell you one thing, Tim. This has been back and forth all night long between these two. Who is going to take advantage? As Banks again in control.
In control once again. A devastating back suplex on the outside. No?
Oh, sorry, I was... Everyone, even Sasha Banks, the other selection. Sorry, I was paying attention to the chat.
Oh.
Sorry. As the referee is going to... I think he's up to an 8 count here, you know.
Get the action back in the ring here.
8? Oh my God, I thought Sasha Banks was going to do a Seth Rollins. No. Oh my God, do not give him a mic again. He's... No. No.
No.
Not having that again. Back to the action, though. Oh, neck break of her own by Sasha. And now Sasha may be looking for that DDT to finish it off again here.
Alexa Bliss be getting out victory. It's the big DDT. Cover hook off the leg.
No! Goodness!
Oh my God.
How many more? Reversal, kick out. This match has got it all. This is why Sasha Banks is the women's champion. Alexa Bliss sending a message to the whole of the women's division here, since she can still hang with the women's champion with a crossbody. And now, going up top again. Oh, please do a big girl. Please. Please.
Will it be a big girl? Will it be Twisted Bliss?
Twisted Bliss! Has she just pinned the women's champion? Yes, she has!
Oh my goodness, and that's a huge victory for Alexa Bliss. She may have got knocked out in the women's total number contender tournament, but at the same time, she's just defeated the Smackdown Women's Champion.
And she wants a referee to make sure that everybody knows that she has just pinned Sasha Banks. Alexa Bliss's up and down season continues. This has got to be a highlight.
Has to be.
Well, let's talk about Conor Rhodes here. Tonight, I booked my place in the final of the World Heavyweight Tournament, and Thomas End, you are going the same way as Danny Six, and that is down and out. I took care of him. I will make quick work of you.
That's strong words from Conor Rhodes. This is poking the bear here. We'll see, can he get to the finals?
We'll find out later on tonight. Coming up next, we will find out who will take on the Revival at Backlash for the SmackDown Women's SmackDown Tag Team titles. It'll either be the Bludgeon Brothers or Fallout, and we'll find out next.
I'm a bit concerned if any of these 4 individuals are going for the women's title.
Well, the tag team titles, we used to have them.
That is true.
Oh dear, it's been an exciting night so far. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, they are Bowen and Rutan Fallout!
Well, we'll see if it could be Fallout tonight. We could get the big victory and we'll be going on to challenge for the Smackdown Tag Team titles. Of course, currently held by the Revival, which Fallout have faced before. Tried to take the titles away from them, but were not able to succeed.
Of course, what would it mean, Tim, for Rowan and Booten to once again get a shot at Revival at Backlash? Of course, a chance for them to knock the Revival off their perch.
It certainly would be a chance to knock them off the perch and take the Smackdown Tag Team titles and right the wrongs of the past, where they were unable to capture the championships at the Royal Rumble. And we'll see though. This is a huge opportunity for Fallout yet to get those hits again to challenge the titles, but against the Bludgeon Brothers, it's going to be a tough battle for sure.
And of course, you've got to remember that the team that they're going to face, the team that are about to come out now, ladies and gentlemen, Tristan Knight, Trey Savage, the Bludgeon Brothers, they are the second longest reigning tag team champions. And of course, they were dethroned only earlier this season, so these guys desperate to get back on top as well.
Yes, they're hungry to get back on top again, to become the longest reigning tag team champions in history. They don't want to be second place to that, so they are looking to absolutely destroy Fallout here tonight and get their shot against the Revival.
And you've got to remember as well, the Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Club to get here. Fallout defeated the former tag team champions, the Lunatics, to get to this stage. Both teams, this SmackDown tag division is full of competition, but these two teams, one of the hard-hitting teams, the Revival. If you're the Revival, who would you even want to face at the Backlash?
That's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, maybe a part of them would be more inclined to be faced against Fallout because they've defeated in the past. They know what it takes to beat them. I mean, the Revival, though, I think everyone seems to have don't back down from anyone. They're not scared by either of these teams, despite, the imposing forces that they are.
Well, as you say, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you, of course, being here, and of course, you are in for a great tag team contest coming up next. As these two, well, don't expect too much technical ability here. These two are just going to try and lump each other. And you can see early on, Tim, both men, Trey Savage and Bowen here, hard-hitting moves early on.
And that's what they've got to do against the Bludgeon Brothers, is use the hard-hitting offense. Because the Bludgeon Brothers will do the same thing, but then also adding the sneaky, rope-breaking tactics like that.
Now into the corner, Trey Savage, of course, from NXT champion, of course. Now going to send Bowen into his corner. And there's the tag to Tristan Knight. And of course, we know the power that these two combined together. As I said, second longest reigning SmackDown tag team champions. Look out! Look at this!
Oh my God! What a powerbomb!
I tell you one thing, Bowen is lucky to get out of there, because at the minute, that could have been easily the end of the match. And now Rutan's having problems with Tristan Knight.
Yes, the Bludgeon Brothers are looking to get back on top to where they feel they belong. And right now they're absolutely decimating Fallout as a cover. No hook and leg though, and his easy kick out.
Big shot again. And this is what the Bludgeon Brothers will do. They will wear you down and make sure that they make you suffer at the same time. Look at this, and now this is the arrogance. Look at this from Tristan Knight.
Yeah, it's just the arrogance from him, but he's not faced with Bill. He feels confident that him and Trey Savage are in full control, that they can't be beaten here.
Well, at the minute, I got to tell you one, I've never seen anyone dominate Fallout as it has been happening. And oh my goodness,
God.
A huge powerbomb, and this, well, it feels like Trey Savage and Tristan Knight are back to their old selves here, And this is bad news for Fallout early on.
Certainly is bad news for Fallout. Yeah, look at this, just a blatant choke. I mean, yeah, looks like the Bludgeon Brothers are back to their usual selves. They're dominating themselves, just throwing through everyone. It's a big boots.
This is not looking good for Fallout. As now sent into the ropes. No, catches. This is what Root needs to do here. And a huge clothesline. Has it finally changed it? Look at the athleticism of the man from Scandinavia. But again, Trey Savage not going to be fooled. And it needs to do more than that to keep Trey Savage down.
Yes, it does need to do more than that. As oh God, shoulder first into the ring post.
And now look at this. Again, the outright power of Trey Savage here. This is not looking like it is going to be Fallout.
Oh no!
Goodness!
Oh God!
It's got to be it. Just ring the bell right now.
Yeah, just ring it. I mean, that has got to be it. It's a double-handed chokes out, but no. Bowen stops the cover.
Oh, and I think a shot. I don't know if Trey Savage hit the ref on the way down there. And that distraction has now let Fallout take control here. Very unlikely at one stage, but Bowen is the fresher man as he comes in here. Can he take advantage or maybe not?
Maybe not. As again, the Bludgeon Brothers just shove their dominating presence in the ring, as yet Fallout have really struggled against them.
As big shots again. And that's Bowen. That's what he needs to do. He needs to hit big moves. And now, gonna send him into the corner. But again, can't take advantage as Tristan Knight now back into the corner with a huge clothesline.
Oh, Cunningham, yeah, what a clothesline. Yeah, just again, and deep Knight.
That is the beginning of the end. But wait a minute, Bowen with a trip up here.
Bowen trying to fight back with everything he's got here. And now a DDT.
And all of a sudden, when you think Fallout are down and out, they've took the punishment. Can they somehow survive this? Survive Fallout? Never mind. And look to put away the Bludgeon Brothers here.
Trying to put again. They build up a little bit of, offensive momentum. But then the Bludgeon Brothers just fight back. It's, oh God, what a kick from Tristan Knight. Oh no.
This could be the end for Bowen. Thanks for... No, wait a minute.
No, he fights out of it.
But again, though, can't take advantage. Into the corner, quick tag. Trey Savage. Oh my God, Trey Savage
what
going
in
up
the
here.
Hell?
Oh!
Jesus!
But look at Bowen! Bowen says, not today, but again and now, a bloody cut!
Oh, a nasty bloody cut, yes. Blood has been drawn and is from the head of Bowen.
And now, maybe the Bludgeon Brothers can not only smell blood, but they can see blood?
They can taste it.
And didn't really want to go down that way, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
As Bowen struggling to get to his feet again.
No.
Savage double-handed choke slam, and that is it. You may as well could count to 100.
Yeah, you could get to 100. This has to be it now, but no.
How is it? The only way Fallout are surviving here is that they're so close to their own corner that the tag partners can get in here. Both Rowan and Booten have saved their partners. Into the corner, Savage goes sternum first. Bowen has him up. And again right into the stomach. My goodness me. Deep moves here that they need an out. Go over the top.
Oh my goodness.
But you can see, Tim, you can see here that Trey Savage is hurting. The stomach it could be injured.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be an injury there for Trey Savage. So what Fallout need to do is they need to isolate him and continue all the offense on him.
But look at this. Is this a mistake? Oh! Hot tag! Tag on the other end. And, Rutan just ran over Tristan Knight.
Yeah, just ran him over with ease there. And now, DDT!
And Savage is down on the outside. This for the most unlikely victory. and to advance to Backlash. He got him!
Oh my god, and Fallout have done it. They are going to Backlash to meet the Revival for the rematch.
Unbelievable! Fallout dig deep down, and they will meet the Revival once again for the Smackdown Tag Team titles at Backlash.
You know, I've got to say, the mistake made by the Bludgeon Brothers was not eliminating the other partner when a pinfall was happening.
And ladies and gentlemen, you can see Backlash is our next pay-per-view show. We are into Backlash week next week. Stay tuned to our Twitter for when shows will be going live. We are hoping for next Sunday for when Backlash will be airing. But keep an eye out, it can always change here with NSW. Whoa, wait a minute here! Well, it looks like it's taken no time for this new force to come into effect here. And Sasha Banks, who's had a bad knee, coming to a friend Bailey's aid. Well, it looks like Fearless are making a statement early on as we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intercontinental Tournament. Bobby Hall awaits the winner next week of our following contest, which of course is Finn Balor versus Trey Donovan. That match is coming up next.
We'll get to see who'll be meeting Bobby Hall in the finals of the Intercontinental Tournament. Will it be Finn Balor? Will it be Trey Donovan?
Everything happening here on SmackDown tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, being coming to the ring by the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. He is the leader of the club, Finn Balor.
And this is a huge opportunity for Finn Balor to get into the finals to meet Bobby Hall for a chance to become, well, number one contender to the Intercontinental Championship. And alongside Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, he's certainly going to have a numbers advantage when he takes on Trey Donovan.
And let's just quickly, while we were in the entrances here, what have we just seen? How Kimberly Blight and Eve Sparks attacking Bailey for no reason backstage? Or is that to send a message, maybe, Tim, to our women's champion?
That's what they're doing. They're looking to send a message. They, as I said, they're sick of being overlooked and underappreciated. And, well, they're now, looking to send a message to take out anyone who's in their way. And, well, Bailey, unfortunately for her, was their first victim.
Well, you've got to tell you one. It's all right complaining about management, but attacking superstars backstage? Come on, Tim, that's not the right way to do things.
It's all about sending the message. You may not like it, but if it gets, people watching and people paying attention to you, well, you've done what you set out to do.
Well, I'm sure that story is far from over here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Finn Balor's opponent. He is, of course, from Winnipeg, Canada, Trey Donovan.
Of course, Trey Donovan, NSW original. And the set goes there, better kids original. But, well, the numbers game is still going to be on the side of Trey Donovan. He has to, realise that Luke Gallows and Carl will be looking to do anything to make sure it's Finn Balor going on to meet Bobby Hall in the finals.
No, Trey Donovan, of course, he's been very active this week. He's been saying on Twitter that he's been waiting so long to get his hands on Finn Balor. He wants to advance. He knows that he can beat Bobby Hall, and of course, the winner of this tournament will meet Gilberto at Backlash for that Intercontinental title. And, well, Trey Donovan, you know that he is desperate to get his hands on gold once again here in NSW. Of course, Trey Donovan, former NSW champion, NSW Tag Team Champion, World Tag Team Champion, and has, of course, held the Intercontinental Championship before as well.
And Sally, so, he wants to get that championship again. He wants to be an Intercontinental champion once more. But as I said, he's got a tough battle ahead of him, to try to get past Finn Balor. And then he'll also have a tough battle, if he can, in Bobby Hall.
Of course, Trey Donovan winning the championship. It was back May last year, of course, defeated Jay Mercer in a battle royal. They only held it for 2 weeks before losing it to Dan Masters, but again, he's had that taste of it. Finn Balor hasn't. Could that play more into Finn Balor or maybe more into Trey Donovan here, Tim?
Well, they're both going to be motivated in their own different ways. Tried to be motivated by the fact he's held it before, he wants it back. Finn Balor will be motivated instead, he's not held it, and it's another accomplishment to add to his already impressive list.
Well, clean break here between the two. And Balor again. Nope, this time Donovan with the go behind. What is he going to try and do here? Is he going to try and get the advantage of Balor with how quick Balor is? Early wrestling here and now. Well, into the choking. Oh, nice by Donovan using that knee right into the back.
Right about, but Finn Balor now comes back with a big drop kick. Right to the jaw, but card capitalizes. What an elbow!
I did the deal!
Michinoku deal!
And that knee just angered the man from Ireland. Lovely drop kick. And of course the Good Brothers on the outside. Of course Gallows Anderson, the good friends of Finn Balor, of course, members of the club. We've seen what happened when Mikey Cornette wasn't here for Simon Keller. Could this now play advantage for Finn Balor, knowing that he has got people on the outside helping him?
Yeah, Mikey's son could play to then a disadvantage, which I don't have in anyone. There's a nasty German suplex. No, Gallows is absolutely loving on the outside.
He is now. And look at that drop kick to the side of the jaw. Balor in control, but look out. It's just as to say that. Donovan quick to pounce.
Bounce!
No, not yet. As sends him into the corner.
Just close line.
Look at this quick cover. No hook at the leg. Doesn't going to get more than a 1 on this occasion.
Fabrizio still fighting him. And plenty so, and a Northern Light suplex by Trey Donovan.
Donovan in control here. Look out. Very close. To the corner. Oh my goodness. Balor's legs on the way down, catching the turnbuckles. Extra damage done, and then the DDT. I tell you one thing, Donovan in complete control here early on.
Yeah, he's a complete control, just completely dominate. But look at this for Balor once again, trying to fight back here. No, has to be the corner and a big clothesline.
Balor now going to send Donovan in again. Oh, you know what this could be?
Uh-oh.
It is
John Woo!
John Woo! Tim, he's in the drop zone!
He is in the drop zone. Is it going to be a coup de grace?
He's up! He's ready! Coup de grace!
Oh, it sits. And a cover hook off the leg.
No! Donovan says not today! And gets that right shoulder up.
Oh, that is absolutely shocking. I thought that was going to be it, but Donovan still got fighting him and shot it right now.
Big forearm shot by Finn Balor. And now another stomp. More damage to that midsection. And now, look at this. We don't see this usually from Balor taunting his opponent.
Yeah, it could be a mistake, as you see there. Donovan able to fight back. And now it's him in control. Has Balor real trouble? Uh-oh.
Looking for the walls of Donovan if he can turn him over. And he has!
And it's locked in, but Finn Balor's very close to the ropes. And wait a minute. Oh,
Pin!
wait!
Got him! Referee down! Has he got him? No! He's got ref, that's surely in the ropes!
Yeah, I was gonna say, my goodness, he was right in the ropes.
And went for the kick. Missed again. No, Donovan catches Balor coming in. And big suplex. And again, Tim, you notice Balor's feet again hit the ring ropes. Donovan may be trying to take the legs out of the game here.
Yeah, maybe so. Might be smart on the part of trying to take out the legs of Finn Balor as they were seeing him. Oh, he hangs on.
Up top. And now Balor hasn't any idea. Double axe handle across the face.
I mean, the Good Brothers were trying to warn Finn Balor, but it just wasn't enough.
And now Balor in trouble here. You know what this is? Lion Salt!
Oh, beautiful Lion Salt connects.
And now Donovan in control, or maybe not. Balor may have just been winning again. Using that stomp to the midsection. The legs may not have taken too much punishment. Balor, well, surely, if he hits this, Tim, it could be all over.
You'd think it'd have to be all over. And could they go for a second time?
Into the cover to meet Bobby Hall next week. He got him!
And a huge victory for Finn Balor as he's going to the finals next week. And he could become the number one contender to the Intercontinental Championship.
What a match, and Finn Balor comes up victorious here tonight and will meet Bobby Hall for the final next week.
A huge victory for Finn Balor. Yes, he will meet Bobby Hall next week, and what a match that's going to be. Finn Balor's going to be feeling confident now. He's just one victory away.
And it is one victory away from meeting Gilberto at Backlash, of course, for the Intercontinental title. My goodness, that tournament is heating up nicely. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on Twitch, you can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime, or for $4.99. And of course, all our video library is on YouTube. Of course, remember, we also have a Facebook and a Twitter. It would be great if you could join us on all our social media platforms.
Oh, yes.
Coming up next, we are ready for the final match to see who will get into the final of the World Tournament. Who will face Daniel Cage next week? Will it be Connor Rhodes or Thomas End? We will find out next here on Smackdown Live.
What a match we have ahead of us. Who will be going into the finals? We do not want to miss this action at all.
Connor Rhodes has made such an impression since he came back. And ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. He is Connor Rhodes.
Yeah, definitely great. Of course, has made
the people.
He's definitely made a hell of an impression in his return to NSW. He seemingly made a victim out of 26 in the early conks and has really gotten the better of him since. And now he could be, well, getting into the finals of the World Heavyweight Title tournaments.
And let's not think, Connor Rhodes came back. He really singled out Danny Six, and of course this has been on for a few weeks now. Danny Six reportedly out with an injury, and Connor Rhodes could be just a couple of steps from becoming the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, well, I'd say could be just a few steps away from doing just that. Of course, the opponent he's against will be very difficult.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, he is Thomas End.
Yeah, Thomas End knows what it's like to be World Heavyweight Champion. He has reached those heights this season, and for him it was a bit of disappointment at the Royal Rumble when he lost the championship. He's been fine with everything he's got to get a rematch for that championship.
And that's really nice. People said the match at the Royal Rumble was the match of the night, of course, between Thomas End and Georgie Mack. But Thomas End has publicly said he doesn't care what people think. He wants what he had, and that is that World Heavyweight Championship. And so you have to say it was very impressive in his opening round matchup. But does he have what it takes against Connor Rhodes here tonight?
It's going to be pretty crushing, because to say Connor Rhodes' return has really been impressive. It's really been shown that he's not lost it in the slightest. And yeah, this is going to be a tough match for Thomas End. Is he going to be thinking too much about getting a rematch with Georgie Mack and lose sight of Connor Rhodes?
And many people said Thomas End only won in his opening match. Of course, he beat Danny Six in the opening match, because Danny Six was more concentrating on trying to get a rematch with Connor Rhodes. That Danny Six took his eye off the ball, as he would say.
Yeah, so many people said that he had taken the eye off the ball. And it was a mistake by him, and Connor Rhodes does seem more focused. But, in the back of his mind, could he be thinking if Tessa could show up, but then he's just saying there's reports of an injury?
Let's see what happens here as Connor Rhodes takes the early advantage. And of course, that amateur background of Connor Rhodes will come into play here, Tim. He again will be desperate to make everyone notice. That's what I'm saying. He's came back to NSW and has looked more angry and more hungry than we've ever seen him before.
It certainly is. Yeah, looks more angry, more hungry than ever. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship. Will fight with everything he's got to become champion.
It's like an aggression that we've never ever seen from Connor Rhodes.
Yeah, we're seeing him right now in this matchup. As oh my goodness, again, this amateur wrestling background. These brutal suplexes.
And that's the thing. Will Thomas End know how to counter this? This is the thing I don't think Thomas End has come up against before, and already we're seeing this as he thinks he's Bulgarian.
I think he's Bulgarian. Looks like just clawing her face, but Thomas End finds an escape. Now see if he could string together an offense. Oh, that was a big miss.
Yeah, surely into a lot of trouble. Look at this. Oh my goodness, a big gutbuster. Connor Rhodes, at the moment, Tim, looks like he's having a lot of fun out there at Thomas End's expense.
That certainly looks that way. Uh-oh.
We, the people!
You say Connor Rhodes is looking so confident that he could just stop in the middle of the match to get his saying across. And oh god, and then hit a psycho suplex.
But you've got to remember, Tim, we've seen this earlier on with the Bludgeon Brothers. They were in command for long periods of their match, and it cost them in the end. Connor Rhodes, though, is he going to try and make quick work of Thomas End here?
Oh, it looks like there's a big splash. The difference in that match, though, is a cover hook off the leg.
No, 2 can only, and Connor Rhodes cannot believe he is not advanced to the final, but this could just be a matter of time.
It could be looking for that gut-wrench suplex. No, not quickly say the difference with the fallout being the Bludgeon Brothers is that Thomas said here he won't have someone to quickly run in the match and break up a pin.
That is true. He has got to dig down deep here, because Connor Rhodes, again, now back in control. But wait a minute, and nice DDT, nice counter. That's what we were talking about at the beginning. He has to find ways to counter this amateur wrestling background of Connor Rhodes, and he takes him down. And this is what End has got to do. He's got to try and dig deep here.
He has to dig deep. That's what he's got to do. But right now it's looking easy for him. Oh, we've seen this before. That has him up. Brings him down.
And for the win to advance. No. I don't even think he got it 2.
No, he didn't. Now it was such a show for signs of frustration with the fact he couldn't even get a 2 from that huge maneuver.
But the thing is, Thomas Enders took a lot of punishment. He's got to start dishing some out here. Yes, he's getting frustrated early on, but one big move is not going to put away Connor Rhodes. And we've seen this now. Connor Rhodes is just sort of on a different level at this moment. A different Connor Rhodes.
Yeah, it definitely seems so. Definitely on a different level there. He's just dominating. Look at that big punch right to the jaw.
Rhodes again. Now, what is he going to do? Is he going to try and look again for that splash off the middle? Oh my goodness. Drive in the air out of Thomas End. And I feel that this, even a slight flurry from Thomas End may have just woken Connor Rhodes up and may have just again sent Connor Rhodes to another level, which Thomas End is now finding out.
He's certainly finding out. And
no. The ankle lock, it's in. Thomas End has got to get to the rope or it could be all over.
He's trying to sprawl for him. He just can't get his
hand. And he has to tap.
And he has tapped.
Connor Rhodes has now advanced into the final at the expense of a former world heavyweight champion.
Oh, Connor Rhodes is just looking unstoppable here. Oh, we could be looking at the next world heavyweight champion.
I tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, do not count out this man. Connor Rhodes versus Daniel Cage next week on Smackdown. I tell you, if there's any reason to change it, to tune into Smackdown, it's going to be for that match. It is going to be off the charts. Georgie Mack is going to have a hell of an opponent at Backlash.
He certainly is, and yet that is the finals for next week. Connor Rhodes, Daniel Cage, who will be getting a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, after TakeOver, we've seen title changes, and look at this. For this week's NXT, the Undisputed will go up against the newly formed team of course, Blake Cruz and TM61. What will go down, we'll find out this week on NXT. Another show you do not want to miss. 6-man tag team action for your main event.
Yeah, what a show it's going to be here. Do not miss out on this week's NXT.
Coming up next, it is tag team action as the World Heavyweight Champion Georgie Mack and the Intercontinental Champion Gilberto team up against Nova Mahal and SmackDown's Mr. Money in the Bank, Jonathan King.
Now, what a match. And we have here this huge tag team matchup about to get underway.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from the great nation of India, he is Nova Mahal.
Well, this is quite a matchup for Nova Mahal to really, build momentum with a huge victory, of course. We'll see alongside his tag team partner, John Fakibas from Nova Mahal, can score an impressive win here tonight.
And let's go back to the last SmackDown, of course, Tim. Nova Mahal pinned Georgie Mack thanks to a distraction by, Jonathan King's music. Jonathan King didn't come out, but it was a distraction that led to the Colossus, for Nova Mahal to pick up the win over the World Heavyweight Champion.
And it was a huge victory for Nova Mahal, so see if he could continue the momentum going with a huge victory here. Tonight in tag team match, of course, Nova Mahal would love to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship.
Nova Mahal. Well, you've got to see one thing, Tim, is he will use any trick in the book, and he took full advantage, of course, he pinned the World Heavyweight Champion. That's all that can be said, really, about that.
Yeah, here's all that could be said. There's no two ways about it. He got an impressive victory here, pinning the World Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, his tag team partner, he is SmackDown's Mr. Money in the Bank and the Royal Rumble winner for Season 7, Jonathan King!
Yeah, everything just seems to become right for Jonathan King at the moment. Being the SmackDown Money in the Bank holder and also this year's Royal Rumble winner. Of course, we know the sort of plans he has in motion. We could be looking at a future double champion.
Yeah, of course, if you remember, he's already said that he is going after the NSW title at SummerSlam. He had a choice of which one he wanted to go for. He has said that Georgie Mack is getting a free pass till after SummerSlam. Of course, Tim, you know and I know, you can't even believe a word this guy says.
Certainly not. I mean, he said that, but he can cash in whatever he wants, and I wouldn't hold it against him to just suddenly cash in when the time is right. You gotta trust what this guy is saying.
Could you imagine Jonathan King could walk into SummerSlam with one championship and walk out with both world titles from NSW in his possession?
And that could happen. It'd be a huge, nice success. Well, you could, go to SummerSlam with, you say one, but you could go to SummerSlam with none and then walk out with both. He could, he's using the Royal Rumble win to go after the NSW Championship. He used to say at SummerSlam, he also doesn't cash in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, their opponents introducing first being accompanied to the ring by Selena Vega. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Gilberto El Rey.
Yeah, of course, right. Gilberto El Rey, the current Intercontinental Champion, is getting closer to knowing who he'll be putting a title up against at Backlash. But this matchup here is about, building momentum as champion. We'll see if Gilberto El Rey could score a huge victory alongside his tag team partner.
Well, Gilberto, of course, Selena Vega, since becoming manager of Gilberto, has led to success, of course. Current Intercontinental Champion, of course, and we've seen, as Tim was saying there, that we'll find out next week who his opponent will be. But you have to think here, Gilberto, well, he'll just want to get a victory up, building his confidence up.
He certainly will. That's what it's all about. He's building the confidence, building your momentum. So if Gilberto El Rey could get the victory alongside Georgie Mack, he'll certainly build his confidence up. Make, himself feel a lot better about his chances going towards Backlash.
Well, Selena Vega, as I said, has been like a shining light, of course, with Gilberto, who Well, let's not forget, Gilberto's the current, at this moment in time, the longest reigning United States champion in the history of NSW. So he knows how to get the job done. And, well, with that Intercontinental title he took off Woken Littlewood, I've got to say, it could be a very tough task for whoever wins that tournament at Backlash.
Well, it certainly will be a tough task for whoever wins the tournament. We know what Gilberto is, capable of in the ring. We know the kind of tactics he deploys in the ring, that he's not afraid to, break the rules in order to get his success. We'll see. Him and Georgie back, they're going to be looking to use any means necessary for the win here tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, his tag team partner, he is the current World Heavyweight Champion, Georgie Mack.
And while Georgie Mack, he's going to look here to get revenge here tonight after what happened on the last edition on Smackdown for what happened in his defeat in No More with the help of Jonathan King. Georgie Mack, as usual, is not looking too impressed.
I don't think anything impresses this guy, if we're honest, Tim. But the thing is, when he gets inside that squared circle, my goodness me, Georgie Mack, well, he just seems to know, at times, just doesn't seem to know what pain is.
He certainly doesn't seem to know what pain is. We've seen in the ring of how much it takes to put him away. What, you have to do, the levels you have to go to in order to defeat him. It's crazy what Georgie Mack can do in the ring.
Well, here we go. Let's not also beat about a bush here. We forgot about a certain Marcus Cutter who attacked Jonathan King at the end of his match last week, and we still haven't an explanation why that happened. And in fact, nobody has ever even seen Marcus, has even got in touch with him, but yet he attacked SmackDown's Mr. Money in the Bank on our last show.
Now, I don't think anyone's willing to try and get in contact with Marcus Cutter. I mean, are you?
I know, I keep away from that kind of thing.
Same.
But it just, you think that people say Jonathan King is hunting people. He's also being hunted himself, it seems.
Yeah, so it seems like the hunter has become the hunted. And that's something that Jonathan King here has to be wary of. Maybe one person who's been willing to, approach Marcus Cutter is Georgie Mack.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's very strange to say that, of course, and I think that maybe Jonathan King has to keep his eye on his Nova Mahal, of course. Many people have said we're still shocked after picking up that big win, of course, over Georgie Mack. Nova Mahal not making many advances in the tournament, of course, and now many people have seen that maybe after Backlash he might be in line for a championship opportunity.
He must certainly be in line, for a championship opportunity. It's definitely got to be in the mind of Nova Mahal. The fact of, he has, a singles victory against Georgie Mack, and that certainly puts him up there as potential contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And you know what Maz is like? Maz loves winners.
And he certainly does.
Oh my God, you're kidding me? You're kidding me!
Jesus!
Nova Mahal flying through the air, but, well, Gilberto not going to take much of that. And the Intercontinental Champion now going to tag out to the World Heavyweight Champion. And now Georgie Mack may try and get some revenge, but no, stiff forearm from Nova Mahal, catching the World Heavyweight Champion in a deep shoulder into the midriff.
And deep shoulder, and now, oh my goodness, just bringing Georgie Mack down the hard way.
Just a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, like and retweet the official NSW tweet to play the Biscuit Experience at the end of the show, because the end of the show might just be happening very soon if Nova Mahal can finish off Georgie Mack for a second show running.
Oh my
with
God.
a Coloss!
It's the Coloss!
No way!
Hook off the leg!
No! He got it too! Oh my goodness! Jonathan King did his part, but Georgie Mack showing deep down grit to kick at it too.
Yes, so showing that deep down grit to kick out that he's still got fight in him. He could have just taken the pin to maybe survive another day, but that's not the style of Georgie Mack.
Goodness me, I thought all of a sudden that Nova Mahal 2 shows in a row was going to pin our World Heavyweight Champion. And he has got the World Heavyweight Champion in all sorts of trouble here.
He certainly has. He's now, look at this, the big shots. And then a tip toss by Georgie Mac.
But our champion is hurting here. But he may have more guts than brains, you may say, as he continues to fight. But you know that midsection has took a beating.
It certainly has. Georgie Mac has to be thinking about yet again a tag out to Gilberto anyway to bring him back into the match, and get a breather.
Now, Nova Mahal in trouble himself here. And now Georgie Mac goes to work on the modern day Maharaja.
Oh goodness, yes, saying does his nasty kicks and then the forearm shot, and now doing the right thing and getting Gilberto back into the match.
Fresher man now back in here. Can the Intercontinental Champion now put some pressure on the Nova? There's the backstabber.
Oh goodness, what a lethal backstabber. And Nova Mahal is in trouble of defeat here.
With Zelina Vega bringing a chair in. Oh! Nova Mahal face first into the chair.
And he lands into the chair, and all Georgia tried to quickly catch it but couldn't.
And now, again. Oh, nice backbreaker by Gilberto. And Gilberto, look at this. He is setting Nova Mahal up for the super kick.
What a super kick.
Cover! No hook of the leg, and that gives Jonathan King time to get in there. Gilberto unable to put away Nova Mahal. Georgie Mac not quick enough to get inside. And Gilberto here, well, I thought for a minute I seemed a little bit distracted. He's got to try and keep on, but this is give Nova Mahal, and under the side of the chair goes Gilberto. And now Mahal maybe can turn this match for his tag team here. Here comes Jonathan King again.
Curtis has got the arm, and big double axe handle, and now teardrop suplex. And
now all of a sudden Georgie Mac is one into this ring, and Jonathan King looking to do damage to the Intercontinental Champion.
And Jonathan King's going to look to make sure that Georgie Mac doesn't get back into him.
Oh my God, what a spear! And I tell you one thing, we talk about men who have had resurgence in recent weeks. That is Jonathan King. Couldn't buy a win for love nor money until it came to the big prizes. Now, well, he could be looking at another huge win, but sent to the outside. Have I spoke too soon?
Oh, maybe so, as you said, he outside the hard way. And Jonathan King looks to be hurting after that.
But look at this nice catch by King. Again, this match tilting one way, then the other. Big shot by King on the outside. But again, Gilberto just maybe got too much for King still left in this match. No, King sends Gilberto back inside. And you can see Mahal's taking the effect of this match. And King now again working over that leg of Gilberto.
Now, calling for an end here. I've seen this many times.
He's looking for that big sit-out powerbomb, maybe?
Maybe so.
That's it! Cover!
Has to be.
2! And no! King hasn't got him! It's only a 2!
Oh my God, I thought that was it. I thought Gilberto had just been beaten there. It was a huge victory for Jonathan King and Nova Mahal.
The height that Jonathan King got, but Gilberto fighting, Georgie Mac is down on the outside and missed by Gilberto going for that enziguri in the corner. King can take full advantage. Georgie Mac finally getting back to his feet. Another spear! And that could have just took Gilberto out of his boots.
And Karloff is doing the right thing, dragging him into their corners, a cover hook off their leg.
And
no, again.
Gilberto digging deep. That is why he is our Intercontinental Champion. But my goodness me, Jonathan King's going to have to wonder, what do I need to do here?
Maybe it's this. Are we going to see
not again. No, come on.
The last ride sit-out powerbomb.
Look at this. The height drives him into the mat.
Oh goodness, that has to be it surely this time.
And Jonathan King has pinned the Intercontinental Champion.
And an impressive victory for Jonathan King and no more. Well, yeah, races a resurgence for Jonathan King. And well, I'd say maybe no more too, with, two impressive back-to-back victories.
A huge night for Nova Mahal and Jonathan King. Defeat for the Intercontinental Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion in our main event here on Smackdown Live as Jonathan King... Wait a minute! Turn your back, Marcus Connor again!
Oh my goodness.
What is this? What is this?
I don't know what this is at all. What is going on here?
What has Marcus Connor got against Jonathan King?
I don't know. Has Georgie Mac paid this guy off? I don't know.
If he's paying him off, why has he not been helping him? Why has he not been at ringside?
If you don't lay all your chips on the table straight away.
This is what is he doing with... Jonathan King is helpless.
He is helpless. Oh my God.
Between the eyes. I'm telling you one thing, Jonathan King is in... This is ridiculous. Get this man out of here.
Oh my God.
This is uncalled for.
Well, who knows? Maybe he could be said by someone from Raw. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a time we need answers. We might get them next week. We hope to get them next week. Tim, say goodbye to the fans.
Goodbye, fans.
Thank you so much for being a part of SmackDown Live and NXT tomorrow night. Dave Easton, Tim Price, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Don't be fickle. Good night.